Oh my gosh, my stupid phone has decided to remind me I needed to update right there in the middle. So I'm going to continue the video. So we're still on Bridgerton Season 1, Episodes 4 through 6. And I was actually on the last episode and I was almost all done. But here we go. So Episode 6 from Season 1 continued. So as we know, Cullen has asked Marina to marry him. The Bridgertons are very upset about it. The Featheringtons, Lady Featherington, is very happy about it, and she's hoping that they can have a quick wedding, so that Marina can, continue to pretend that the baby would be Cullen's. They have dinner together, so the Bridgerton family and the Featheringtons all have dinner together at the Featheringtons' home. And Lady Featherington is encouraging Marina to get Cullen to marry her quickly. And Marina's like, yes, I'll do everything I can because I don't want him to find out that this is not his baby. But again, if he does, at that point they would be married and Cullen would do the right thing. So Penelope tries to discourage Cullen by telling him about Marina's love interest. I don't know if it was Mr. Crane or Sir Crane, but he was fighting in a war and he wasn't present, but he is the father of her child. And Cullen is like, it doesn't matter now, that's in the past, and she loves me now, kind of thing. And Marina walks up and so Penelope goes away, and then Marina convinces Cullen that she wants to marry quickly and she just can't be without him. And so he proposes that they go to Gretna Green, Scotland, and they make plans to do so. And Marina's happy about that, and I know Lady Featherington would be ecstatic because she's wanting this to work and get Marina out of the home. Simon learns his properties have been neglected, so he's spending so much time focused on that. Daphne's got to find something to do, basically, so she's trying to figure out how to fit in better as the Duchess. Miss Coulson informs Daphne of Simon's mother's difficulty having children, and especially having a boy for the Duke, the previous Duke, and tells her how she died right as she gave the Duke a son, which would be Simon. Penelope finds out that her mother has been withholding Marina's love letters from Mr. Crane and attempts to convince Marina to stop with Cullen, stop this madness of trying to get him to marry you. And you love Mr. Crane, so why don't you try to find out what has happened with him? And Marina's like, he's abandoned me, he's not written me any letters in weeks, and she's desperate to get married because she's pregnant. She's going to show soon. So she's like, no, it's too late for that. I have to continue on with Cullen. So with Daphne and Simon, they were intimate, and she's confused, and she's like, is it that he can or he won't, or he can't or he won't have children? So she ends up asking her lady's maid how babies are made because she has no idea. Nobody has ever told her all the things that have to happen in order for a baby to be conceived. So she learns that Simon's been deceiving her, and Simon basically says, well, it was a misunderstanding. I thought you knew that I didn't want children, not that I couldn't. And she was very upset because he did not clarify that to her before they got married. And so now she's stuck with not being able to have kids because he doesn't want them. So they plan on so then they have a time where Daphne could have gotten pregnant, and Simon's very upset with her because he feels that she tried to trap him. And so basically they decide that if she is pregnant, he would stay with her and take care of the baby, but they would be miserable together because he would always resent her for having a baby when he didn't want to. And then if they weren't pregnant, then he was going to leave and just let her be on her own, and then he'd be on his own doing his own thing. So that sounds pretty miserable to me. So, and that is one thing that I think about, like, nowadays there are divorces. So if you hate yours, or not hate her, just can't live with your spouse, then you can divorce them and then you can go your separate ways. But back then you're just stuck with them, and you're stuck with people cheating on each other and not caring about each other, and just being disrespectful toward each other, and growing resentment and dislike or hate for each other because you're stuck. So that's a very sad thought. And then Lady Whistledown / Penelope, because we know at this time that Penelope is Lady Whistledown, but not everybody knows it yet. But she reports that Marina is pregnant, and in her paper, and she says that she did this because she learned from Marina that they were getting ready to go to Gretna Green. She saw that Marina was packed and ready to go, so she's like desperate to stop them, so she reported it in the newspaper, which is really sad because it totally ruins Marina and the Featheringtons, because everybody knows that she's been lying this whole time, and she trapped Colin to marry her. So it is a horrible thing that has happened with it being reported. And again, it just makes you think, like, nowadays we have a lot of single moms, and then back then it's just unheard of, and it totally ruins you and your family if something like that happens to one of them. So like with Daphne, if Cressida had reported that the Duke, even them getting married, if Cressida had reported and people believed her that Daphne was compromised, then that makes her and her family look really bad, like they were trying to trap the Duke, and then nobody trusts them and nobody wants to work with them. So it's very just very interesting, and very I'm very grateful that things have changed so much in these last 150 years, that these things, women have more choices, and these relationships aren't likely to happen like this anymore. So anyway, tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, all the things. Have a great week. Thank you.